prayers. Hallelujah. Giving all praises.
Yes, yes.
To the highest. Let's get it.
I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. No matter where I'm entangled with self for the affairs of this life. He only entanglement I'm worried about with the Christ. So sorry I come under sweet orders to let off this light. So let God be true and every man a liar. I don't work for you and you don't work for me, that's just wrong. I'm really living what I say, I ain't just writing these songs. If I say I'm by my father, then just know it's the truth. I'm really slaying demons in the class of streets and the food. It just says on the Sabbath, man, it's 24 hours a day. I ask you gon' show the devil you ain't got time to play. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, the Lord get the vengeance. Being obedient to the Father on the way we can win this. And tell your brother sorry if he say he offended. We on the same team, so let's win this pendant. Who ain't against his force, the Lord told us that. And if you for your people Israel, know I got your back. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. You see the devil is conniving, he can get cynical, dirtying up the whole game. Now it's time to get political. And they start playing chess while they was playing checkers. Now they getting mad because the move they made was too reckless. I'm staying in my own lane, the one that loved and made straight. Yes, it was my God that made love and made hate. He also made the weak, so you know he had to make great. The king is coming back, boy, you know that I can't wait. Cause Esau is the end of the world and we got it. So if you really for the most high, then be about it. Put some works with that faith and get that church out your way. Keep the law, statutes, commandments, that's all I got to say. Get on your knees and pray. Go to your secret place. Turn to the east today. And all you got to say, I repent to the Most High for the sins I have committed. Pitch your brick, put your work in, and pray to get your get. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 16. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God.
Isaiah's right. You got Captain Nehemiyah the priest. Yeah. Finna go in. Battle axes. Throw them L's up for that line of Judah, man. Prince 4. Yeah, this an Israelite train, go ahead, come aboard. A beat cut down with the edge of the sword. Christ coming back, our king for sure. So for me and my house, we gon' serve the Lord. I ate the whole road, but I just need more. Scripture on my lip like a damn cold sword. Kevin Edomite and treat her like it's really Nicanor. I'm loyal to my precious, I don't never touch a whore. Praise to the Most High, cause I really be bumping. I got them terrified like you seen an angel or something. I cut the gold, entertain me, you know I'll be stunning. The fake dudes over there, man, they really be bluffing. Sharpen Judah, so we looking at the people. Hustle with a flow, cause I read the second key. I ain't talking Esau when I'm saying for the eat him, cause he beats us down with the salt chopper creep up in my heater. Nehemiyah, he Goku with bomb, Vegeta, that Bible in hand, waving inside of the air. The only time I took my pee up is the soldier and the priest, and we got gold upon our teeth, fringes on our garment and our fleece. We praise our Lord facing the east. It's the soldier and the priest, and we got gold upon our teeth, fringes on our garment and our fleece. We praise our Lord facing the east.
For me and my house, say we gon' serve the Lord. I'm a battle wax, but I keep me a sword. It's a real class, cause we on one accord. Real line of Judah, you don't wanna hear me roar. Keep myself, I'm trying to stay in the spirit. Speaking loud enough, I want everybody to hear it. If you opposition, want everybody to fear it. And if you come in against it, want everybody to feel it. Woo! Do you feel same, bro? I'm old school like a white cane go. I go where most really can't go. Who the nigga on the nag? I'm Django. I'm hard as the most high, member the beat. He gave me ears to hear and gave me eyes to see, so I can discern when I'm devil really trying to creep. So when it comes to the Lord, ain't no stopping me. I've been recruiting my state when I'm chopping them down. You know I'm about my father business, ain't no stopping me now. I would never feel no evil, even if it's a crowd, cause I'm riding with the most high, making them proud. So the Israelites rocking, beat steady knocking. Kings and priests and ain't a nation that can top them. They unstable like a turbulent flow. James 1 and 8 already let us know that the Gentiles will make it to the kingdom. The laws and commandments, they don't wanna keep them. Telling everybody they can just creep in the lies and confusion. Only them asleep and they headed to the fire to fall into the deep. And we're giving them warning every single weekend, but they don't wanna believe it until they live and leak it. We the Israelites, this ain't really even.
Yeah. Already, man. Hey, I talked to the brother. I believe the brother say he from Michigan, but everything about all of that flow just down south. Yeah, that's just down. So he must have been here for a minute. Y'all know what this is. This is the last month, and this is what we consider throw around. I was about to say Thursday, but Wednesday. Right. Yeah, throw around. Miss Monologue has made us move to another night, but that's okay. Yeah, exactly. But we got our brother. Get ready to bring him in. You got us? Yeah. We got our brother in the house. Deacon Nehemiyah. Yeah. Swords of the Spirit.
Out of DFW.
Did you bring him in, young G? Right, there he is. Hey. There he is. Yeah, out there DFW, looking like the king that he is in royalty. Indeed, indeed.
God, man. All praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His Holy Son, of Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Kwame Yasharala.
Yeah.
Oh. Exactly. All praises, brother. We doing good, and we're glad that you are here with us. It seemed like forever. Waiting on this particular date, huh? Man. But
you know,
but we are here, so exactly. But yeah, so y'all know how it is. Normally we would have had an interview that would have already been posted up last night with the deacon, but because of life, it didn't happen. But that interview is promised to come shortly. How you doing, brother Ayo Ben Yahoo?
Man, I'm good. I'm excited to have our brother on tonight, man. I had the pleasure at the Dripping Sip to meet my brother, man, in the flesh, and a humble ruach he has, and I'm excited to have him on the show tonight. Like you said, life and trials and tribulations happen when we on the phone and making things happen, and we finally are here, and I'm excited, but I'm doing well, blessed. Been a great week. All praise to the Most High. We are amongst the living, and that's always a good thing.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
Facts. Exactly.
Yeah. How are you, Sheer?
The Most High is good. Brother? He is. I'm doing good, man. That's what I was about to say. The Most High is good. He's shown His grace and His mercy to my household. You know, not to go into a whole lot, but the wife was not doing well last week. But by the grace of the Most High, man, she's doing good. She's up, moving around, look good eating, so hey, I have absolutely nothing in the world to complain about. We also got young Judah in the house as well.
Young
Yes,
Judah.
sir. Yes, sir.
That's our man behind the scene, Deacon Nehemiyah. He's the one to keep the show running the way that it's supposed to be running, man. But
Yes,
with
sir.
that being said, let's go ahead. Deacon Nehemiyah is going to be our co-host. He's going to be one of the co-hosts tonight on the Truth Be Told Flex podcast, and we can run it the way that we normally run it. And so what we got coming up first is what? Our Beyond Critical Race Theory?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Yes. So yeah, we have the beyond critical race theory. What we are not taught in the schools that we should be. Everything that they're trying to ban across states, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, they're trying to ban this and keep it out of schools. So since they want to keep it out of schools, we always on Truth Be Told Flex podcast, we always bring it here, bringing you the facts, the uncritical race facts that are not taught in the school. So we know we normally don't have one on the throw around Wednesdays, but like the word say, be ready at all times. And my big brother Sherry was like, "Man, I know you got a good one tonight." And I said, "You know what? I do." So, and it's fitting that we talk about it because they just celebrated their Memorial Day, the holiday Memorial Day, and I seen this, and it came across my timeline and email, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy that on the day they celebrate the Memorial Day, that this is happening." But I want to preface this now. The article comes from the History of Injustice. We always talk about that. I've been getting those uh, on this day series for the Beyond Critical Race Theory. On this day. So we're going to talk about the War Department on May 29th, 1930, approximately 93 years ago to the date. The War Department forces black veterans' families to travel separately to visit loved ones' graves. Before we get into that, let's go to now. There's a number of scriptures that come to mind, but there's one that sticks out, and that's Deuteronomy 28:50. Right? Deuteronomy 28:50 says, "A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young." All right. So think about that as we read this. So let's go. On this day, May 29th, 1930, War Department forces black veterans' families to travel separately to the visit loved ones' graves. It says on May 29th, 1930, the U.S. Department of War, which had invited the families of veterans killed during World War I to visit their graves in Europe, denied a petition by black mothers and spouses to travel on the same ship as white families and instead forced them to travel on segregated boats. Won't show favor to the young or the old, as Deuteronomy says, 28 says. Won't even let our soldiers that died for this country, that don't love them, wouldn't even let the mothers go see their graves on the same ship. All right, let's get into it. It says, with the support of the NAACP, a group of 55 black mothers and widows known as Gold Star Women from 21 different states petitioned President Hoover at the time, asking him to allow all of the grieving women to travel together. Remember, these are mothers, wives that are grieving. Their loved ones are not coming home from this war. The same war that they said, if y'all help us fight and win, we got you.
Right.
Those same mothers and wives. It said, when the call to arms came from our government in 1917, they wrote, mothers, sisters, and wives, regardless of race, color, or creed, were asked to give their loved ones to the end that the world might be saved for democracy. This call we answered freely and willingly. In the years which have passed since death took our loved ones, our anguish and sorrow have been assuaged by the realization that our loved ones who rest in the soil of France gave their lives to the end, that the world might be a better place in which to live for all men of all races and colors. Now, that's what the NAACP at that time wrote to the President Hoover and the War Department. It says 12 years after the armistice, the high principles of 1918 seem to have been forgotten. We who are colored are insulted by the implication that we are not fit persons to travel with other bereaved ones. Instead of making up parties of Gold Star mothers on the basis of geographical location, we are set aside in a separate group, Jim Crowed, separated, and insulted. The petition was referred from President Hoover to the War Department, which ultimately declined the Black families' request on May 29, 1930. Though Black veterans bravely fought for democracy and freedom during World War I, many returned home to find their own freedom denied. It was not uncommon for family members of veterans to be mistreated and subjugated to racism and abuse, as was the case here. Rather than being honored for their service, Black veterans and their families were often the targets of horrible discrimination, mistreatment, and even murder at the hands of white Americans, determined to reinforce white supremacy and to prevent the veterans from fighting for racial equality at home. And it says to learn more about the culture, targeted physical violence, and social humiliation that Black veterans and their families were subject to, read EGI's report, Lynching in America, Targeting Black Veterans. So there you go, folks. Something they were not teaching the schools. May 29th, 1930, our mothers, our wives were denied to even go look and visit the graves of the fallen sons and husbands. What you guys think about that, man?
Nehemiyah, you a guest.
What you think about
Go
it?
ahead and start us off, brother.
Bro, read this scripture.
Mm.
And while you bringing this out, bro, because this subject right here, I have always thought about it. Looking back in a day on how they did our brothers that fought with.
Right.
Look at Romans chapter 15.
Bring it out.
And verse 4. But whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. And we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. See, we gotta have things, history written down, right? So we can learn from these things, right?
Facts.
So we can look back and see on this day, at that time, this is how they treated us. And then we can measure, are they still doing the same thing?
Come on up.
They're literally doing the same things. But they want us to remember their stuff. They want us to memorialize their men who fought, but our men who fought for their country, I don't forget about it. Because the problem is, if the truth gonna be told, my brothers, if our people knew who they were at that time, they wouldn't have never even been a fought for that man.
Come on.
Facts.
We fought for that man against another Edomite man, for them to still disrespect.
Right.
And I don't mean to beat them down with the scriptures, but Deuteronomy 32 say, because you said critical race theory, right? It's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To start talking about this.
Come on.
Deuteronomy 32 and 7 says, remember the days of old.
Oh, come on.
That's right.
Consider the years of many generations. That's what we doing.
That's right.
Thy fathers, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
That's right.
This part right here is so significant in what you just brought out about they separated themselves from us, right?
Right.
Well, the Most High said when the Most High divided the nations.
Come on.
That's right.
Divided the nations, so they was doing what they supposed to do.
Right.
Try to envy the oppressor and prove ourselves to the oppressor. Boom, turn around World War I. What they do? Disrespect us.
Disrespect.
Why in turn would we then go fight in World War II for them, or in Vietnam for them, or in the Korean War for them? Or in the Desert Storm.
Desert Storm, right.
We refuse to learn our lesson.
That's right.
Man.
When we don't listen to the Most High, it's right here written down.
Right here. It's right here.
Things written for our learning.
Right.
And he told us he divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Is not of his inheritance. That's why it's pivotal that we know who we are. I take a piece out of that Willie Lynch in the back there say, unless some phenomenon occurs, they can keep us in slavery for 400 years unless some phenomenon occurs. Wow. They say you got to shave off the brutes. Mental
history.
But every time we go back, why y'all bringing slavery up? Why y'all bringing it up?
That's in the past.
Want to talk about critical race because it's going to bring all that up, the feelings, and they don't want to feel it. Don't make the mice feel bad.
Right. Wow.
Don't make Because we got to love everybody.
Facts.
As long as we keep envying the oppressor and listening to the enemy, these things are going to keep happening. And as a person who went into the military, I did not go in there to fight for them.
Right.
I went there to get out of the streets, right? To not go to jail. And a person like me, a person like us, that movie, the Antoine Fisher story, that was me.
Okay.
And I found real quickly that them people don't love us.
Right.
They use you, but they don't love you.
Right.
With this critical race theory, like bringing out this type of history right here about how they did us when we did something for them.
Right.
And you come back and you still hating us. Our people have to know that we come from Jacob. And they come from Esau, and that they're going to always have a perpetual hatred against the children of Jacob.
Wow.
So almost 100 years later, I promise you, they will pull something else off, if not that same thing, similar.
Yep.
But Black African Americans, Black folks, refuse to learn their lesson. So I appreciate brothers like you bringing out this history. Because that's what, like you said, we got to bring the stuff that they don't want to be brought out.
Right.
We got to bring it so you can, they said shave off the brute's mental history. Nope, we got to keep adding on that history.
That's right. The only way that's right. We got to. We have to, because that's the only way we're going to be able to break these curses, is that we bring out the history. And me and my wife was talking not long ago about a topic, and one thing that I learned quick when I came into this truth, because we know off the top when we come into this truth, we want to tell everybody about it. Everybody that we know, we go to our family members, we go to our friends, and all of us have experienced the same thing, which is everybody didn't receive it. Well, he told us that everybody is not his sheep. He said that my sheep hear my voice. And so bringing this type of information out, we do it, right? We can say, hey, ain't nobody, right? We don't know who listening. If one person hear our voice, right, we have won. Now, the Aki brought out that Deuteronomy. He brought out the Deuteronomy about the dividing of the nations. I want to give a precept to that because he said something that was interesting. He said they were doing what they were supposed to do. In Sirach 17 and 17, well, I'm going to start at 15. It says, their ways are even before him, and shall not be hid from his eyes. Every man from his youth is given to evil. Neither could they make to themselves fleshy hearts for stony. For the divisions of the nations of the whole earth, he set ruler over every people. Did you hear that? He said ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion. Now, when you look at that word ruler, it takes you back to he set gods over these other nations. And that's what Deacon Nehemiyah was saying, is that they were doing what they were supposed to do. Prophet Isaiah tell us, the Most High say, look, I'm going to hiss at the other nations to come get y'all. This, you know how you got a dog, a trained dog, right? And you done train him, right? When that dog take off, these nations been watching us for years. They know who we are. And they knew that if we can get them to fall away from that law, that we gonna get them. And we fell away, and the Most High said in Isaiah, I'm a hiss at the other nations, and they gonna come get you. Back doing that, one more thing, critical race theory, Io. Let me get this Deuteronomy 32 right here. Hold on, my phone locked up on me. Hold on. No, that's not it. Hold on, young Judah. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 21. We talked about this on the show before, Io. It says, they have moved me to jealousy with the God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. The brother was talking about it earlier, man. I don't mean to beat him up with the Bible, but hey, this is what scriptures say. And as Oxabah used to say, I ain't write this. I ain't old enough. He said that I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. We look, man. We don't even have to go into the DNA makeup of us and the DNA makeup of them and this, that, and the other. Look, we are different. We are set apart. But just like we set apart, understand, Amalek and his family, they just not set apart with good, man. Explain to me how you can persuade a whole nation of people to go fight your war, but then when it come time for the families to see them, you deny them to be able to see them. Why? Because you are not a people. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying you got to be your DNA. Drop bombs on it. You got to be a different type of soul.
Right.
Be that cold.
Right.
And like Deacon Nehemiah was saying, we keep going all the way to being stationed across the world right now in Korea, North Korea, France. We still fighting. We ain't read this. We ain't learned. We haven't learned. We just keep going back.
Every time I see a brother stand up for that flag to salute it, every time I hear of a young brother graduate from high school saying he finna go to that military, that's something that does something to me on the inside for real, brother. It does something to me on the inside for real. And Deacon Nehemiah said something at the beginning of his segment. He said that, how did he say it? He said, man, it just left me just a few, man, it was there. Boy, I'm getting old, man. That is crazy.
That's me when I said it.
Yeah, that is crazy. It was right there and it just left. If it come back, I promise I'll bring it back up. But he had said something at the beginning of his segment, man, that resonated with me. But with these people though, man, that's one thing that he did say, they use us. And not only us, they use everybody. And best believe that when they was in that war, there wasn't no fight for democracy either. They was over there stealing. That's exactly what they was doing, like they always do.
If our people actually, if the truth be told, they get to learn what's really going on, how can you fight for democracy for a country that don't even practice democracy?
There you go, brother. It's supposed to be a republic. They had switched it. We'll get into that later. That's a phone call. We had a republic. They took a republic from us and gave us a democracy. Yeah. So that's a telephone conversation right there, because that's something that I'm studying right now. Yeah.
We gotta know who our enemy is, right?
Yeah.
And also, like the Bible, if we listen to the Father, He said if we do what He's told us to do, we will prosper in all our ways. So He point out who our enemy is by telling us who is the one that sold you into slavery. Who is the one that came? He said in Deuteronomy 28 and 46, 49, Salakia, and the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fly, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor shew favor to the young. What else do you need to know?
Well, that's right.
He is pointing here. Look, then he says in Rock 12, never trust thine enemy, for his iron rusts. Never trick. Then he tells you in Malachi 1 that they are the border of wickedness. Come on, man.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I sure hate to wrap this up. We got to go, though. But we got to move to the next segment. Hey, y'all put y'all seatbelt on, because I think this is going to be a woozy tonight. But then one thing I got to say, this brother pulling out these scriptures, man, on our enemies. And it's something that I've always said, is that Christianity has turned grown lions into cubs.
Come on, man.
Christianity has turned grown lions into cubs, and we're going to get into that in the next segment that is coming up. We got a song break we got to get to. Nehemiyah, appreciate you, brother.
You got that AR-15 ready for him.
Hey, that brother came ready, didn't he?
We got two unloaded.
Let's get it, man. Let's get that song break.
Ivan the producer. love of my Messiah. Reciting the prayer of Azariah, felt inspired. I better fire like Hananiah. Endure the burdens, even though I tire. What you require over my desires. Fringes dangle from my attire. Law applier, your word be sweeter than raw papaya. Yeah, hollow wire, the road to glory at a service pace. Commandment keeper, Torah teacher, uphold the saints. I quench my thirst with the living waters and save a taste. I'm in that water like Kiefer, a man of fervent faith. Shiver and quiver, the river rises above the waist. Extended hand of grace, glaring lamps up on his face. Pierce my soul, I rose in frozen place. I know y'all sure relate. Feel scorching embers, we torching timbers, confounding Christians. No more religion, aboard the sinners, the clock is ticking. It's fourth and inches, think more defensive. He bore the whipping, with sorely stricken. Seek more repentance, our story's written. Fire, been submerged in the water. Felt the burns from the fire. Caught the chills in the water. Flesh peeled in my flesh fried. Through the fire, I've been crucified. Yeah, how I sip the rains upon the plains, I'm purified. pH level is alkaline. Baptism of the word through Yahweh Shai. My origins divine. Reporting live from the fourth tribe, the Lion of Judah. He set before us buying water, life and death, no neutral. Submerging the water, equipped with the armor, diving deep like a scuba. The Ruach is my tutor. I know I'm not worthy. Through the fire, he purged me. Proud the old man still smell I'm burning. Hot and ready, Little Caesars. Yeah, I'm fresh out the furnace, affliction adversity. The way I be serving these scripts and these verses, 144 degrees of fervent heat. Ashes and embers, fire petition, burning it down to the bone and the grizzle, turn on the temperature. The spirit got me whipping, you can't stand the heat, get the hell out the kitchen. I'm catching these boys and these blisters. Apron with the blue ribbon, check out the fringes. You think I'm a chemist? The way that exists. Been submerged in the water. Felt the burns from the fire. Caught the chills in the water. Flesh peeled in the fire. Obedience for the Father requires. Cause Satan gon' tip you with what your heart desires. But when you go, you gotta get tried through the fire. So let the Father be true and every man a liar. Cause sin can only be cleansed with the washing of the word. H2O will never suffice, cause your heart need to be purged. Y'all know that's desperately wicked and is prone to committing sin. So we gotta put on Christ and walk with God, that's how we win. So I trust in the most, how they trust in they preach. We teaching the truth, they selling deceit. We fight for a God, they fight for the beast. Babylon is falling down to her knees. Her judgment is fire for her abomination. That thermal nuclear destruction is waiting. The most high, the destined to show us his power. The prophet to say she destroyed in the hour. The same we taking the kingdom with the swords. The army of Yah is the 144. The earth will rejoice when the truth is restored. The king coming back when the light as before. Sorry to say that your pastor's a liar. He don't teach the truth and they need to retire. Step down from the pulpit, get back all the tithes and offering and prepare for the fire. Water. Fire. Water. I've been purged by the fire. Been submerged in the water. Felt the burns from the fire. Caught the chills in the water. Flesh peeled in the fire. Soul healed by the water. Skin singed in the fire. Sins cleansed by the water. Feel the flame on the fire.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Indeed. Fire and water again. We got the Deacon Nehemiyah of Swords of the Spirit in the house. And we would like to thank you again, brother, for showing up. And we can tell you came ready. We can tell that you came ready. Exactly. So, like I said at the beginning, go ahead, Ayob. I'm sorry, brother.
I was just saying he got that heat for them heathens tonight, baby.
Yeah. Man, this brother here street preach, so I already knew that this year was gonna open up, man. I was watching this brother street preacher today, man. Hey, he gave this homosexual out there the business. They're like, say, yeah, he gave that homosexual the business, man.
That's what we got to do. That's why it's called sword in the spirit. We got to
exactly
what we got to do, man. We got to do.
I love that. There's a term that I've heard you use quite often, right? Which is stay in the spirit. Tell me a little bit about that before we go to our next segment.
The main problem that we got as Black, Hispanic, and Native American people is we can't control our temper. Christ was showing us how to control our temper with each other first and foremost. And the fruits of the spirit, it is no anger in the fruits of the spirit. It's patience, it's temperance, it's love, it's mercy, it's forgiveness. If we start putting on Christ, you learn how to stay in the spirit. Just because one of our brothers attack us, that don't mean attack them back. 1 Peter 2:21 say Christ came to leave us an example that we should follow. If we're not following his examples, there's no way you can walk down the path of righteousness. Because he's the way and the light. So if we just do that thing and see all the times that they came at Christ and they reveled at him, he didn't revel back. They had guile against him, he didn't have guile back. And we put that on, then you learn to stay in the spirit. Because I'm the first one to say I was guilty out on the streets and ready to do some things.
Right.
I have to realize who we're dealing with. We're dealing with our people. Even with Israelites, we're dealing with our brothers.
That's right.
So we got to put on Christ.
Right. I noticed that you said that several times, and I know for a fact that you mean what you say because you reiterated it the exact same way that you brought it out in your lesson, almost word by word. And so this is something that I know that is putting in you. Young Judah, which is my son, he can attest to you that I have been working real hard. And that's how I know the Ruach work. My brother Ayo Ben Yahoo always talk about how the Ruach work, right? And this is how I know the Ruach be working is because for the last month or so, I've been dealing with my energy. And I was just talking to a brother and told him, I say, look, man, I try to meet everybody with good energy. And I said, and if I come across somebody with bad energy, I said, I still try to meet them with good energy. You are absolutely right, Deacon Nehemiyah, that is, as far as us as so-called African Americans, what we call the children of Israel here on our show now, right? We try to get it correct, right? The children of Israel, so-called natives and Mexicans, we always feel like we got something to prove. And the sad thing about that is that we always feel like we got something to prove more so with our own people than with other nations. There are things that we won't even let our own people get away with that we'll let other people get away with, right? And I remember when I was younger, right? We all got a story to tell, man. Me and Ayo, we talk a little bit, we talk a lot. We all got a story to tell. And you just, mentioned you when you was out there. Bruh, we used to go to the dadgum club looking for fights. How dumb was that?
Right.
How dumb was that?
Right.
And who are we fighting? People that look like us. And so that's a great segue into am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? We should be, right? We really should be. You got something to say, Ayo, before I hit this scripture, man?
Yeah, I was just going to say, what he was saying, what Deacon Nehemiah mentioned about staying in the spirit and what am I my brother's keeper and how we treat each other opposed to other nations. The Hebrew wings and pizza, a great foundational business to have, kosher products, kosher food. So when we ate, and I was just amazed at the flavor. Me and my wife was like, man, we got to make a video and show everybody because people need to see. People make YouTube food review videos all the time for everybody else. But it seems like when they come to us, if one thing ain't right or something like now, everything with Hebrew Wings and Pizza that night was perfect. So it was the perfect time to say, hey, world, look at this. Not to make a video to glorify us or him, but to glorify the Father. Look what the Father is doing with us. You see what I'm saying? That goes along with am I my brother's keeper?
Am I my brother's
I can
keeper?
make a video for any other business talking about how good it is. Let me take a few minutes out to exalt the Most High and my brother. That's what we have to start doing, everybody. We got to start doing the small things to help each other's businesses, our music, our podcast. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. And that was perfect I was thinking about that earlier. The video we made and was just enjoying the food and just we got to be able to do that, y'all. We got to start doing that with each other. If we do it for everybody else, that's why like Share and like I just mentioned, we got to do it for ourselves. All praises. Go ahead. I just had to say
it's
that.
like when the Art told me that he have a class on Messiah TV. I did not know. Maybe I should have known, but I didn't know. But when he told me, the first thing I replied back to him was, yo, I'm going to check that out. Yeah. We have got to support. We have got to. If we don't support each other, who is going to support us, right? So I can almost guarantee you in this segment right here, we're going to get on the head of Christianity one more time, right? Am I my brother's keepers? I got a couple. I got a text, and then I got a precept, and then I'm going to turn it over to the Ot. And I'm doing his thing, man. Hey, we might be here a little bit tonight, fam. So, hey, we might be here. Because we is not going to rush this here, okay? Let's get that Leviticus chapter 25, 35 through 38, young Judah. That it? Con. Check this out. It says, and if thy brother be waxing poor and fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee. He says, take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy power, fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee. Thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your power. Right. So the first thing that we got to understand before we get into this topic is, who is my brother? As I told you, Christianity is going to be the top of this because Christianity tells us that we all the same. We talk about this all the time on this podcast. The brother just brought out the Deuteronomy 32. The Most High divided the nations, and he said that Israel is my portion. So what stuck out to me in this, it says that if thy brother wax poor and fallen in decay with thee, thou shalt relieve him, yea, though he be a what? A stranger. That's what it says, right? So you look at that. A Christian would be like anybody. You see what I'm saying? Just somebody that you don't know. I'm going to say thy brother is somebody that looks like you, even if you don't know him. That's what it's saying. Even if he be a stranger, somebody from your own nation. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 23 and 20, and let's see what the scripture has to say about this stranger here. Deuteronomy 23, chapter 23 and verse 20. Now, you're not supposed to charge your brother usury, even if he's a stranger, right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 20. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury. You see that? That's a separation.
Right.
Unto a stranger thou may lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thy hand to in the land that thou goest to possess. So we got to understand when the Most High say, when Yasha said, hey, if you got out with your brother and you come to the altar for forgiveness or to give an altar, leave that gift at the altar, go make right with your brother. He ain't talking about everybody. He's talking about your brother that look like you, that's a part of your nation. When he say that you are not supposed to charge usury to your brother, even if he is a stranger, that's your brother that looks like you, that's a part of your nation. It happened to me just today, and it bothers me every time. I be quick. When I see brothers, man, I don't know if they in the truth or not. I just love my people. Walk past, hey, how you doing, brother? Negro looked at me like I wasn't, you see what I'm saying? And kept it moving.
Yep.
Now, that's on the outside, but inside of here, we are a family, and this is what I want to deal with. Am I my brother's keeper? We should be. I don't want to show the video, not going to show the video, but we've all heard about the scrap that happened with the two camps. How is that even possible? Is the question that I'm asking. If we know that we're Hebrew, we know that the Most High called us out of darkness into this marvelous light, giving us back who it is that we're supposed to be. How is it even possible that you cats even make Israel look like this here in the public eye out on the streets? Deacon Nehemiyah, lead us out, brother.
It's simple. Brothers ain't put on Christ. Well, we can do all this work we want to do. But if you don't, when they say put on a new man, take off the old man and put on a new man, what man do they think you're supposed to put on?
Facts.
Whoever your leader is. Well, our leader is Hamashiach Yahushua. And I'm going to stay leaning on 1 Peter 2:21 on down. Because that's the example that we should follow. Out of everybody in the scriptures, it's only one that the Most High set up to be an example. That's why he stands out so much and he is a stumbling block. So for me now, bro, whenever I see brothers out here doing this work, I don't care how long you've been doing it, bro. If you don't build up the spirit and put on Yahushua, then you are still a child. You are acting like a child. Therefore, that's why he called us the children of Israel. Because we always act like children. When are we going to grow up and follow Big Bro and do like he did and say, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do? That's why I say stay in the spirit. Because somebody has to stay in the spirit. If both of us acting a fool, then we both wrong. But if somebody stay in the spirit, they can at least see who out the spirit and who need to be chastised. And if we both stay in the spirit, then we ain't got no conflict. That's how it works. So when I look at this, bro, I don't care. You could be in this 20, 25 years. It don't matter. If you have not, I judge brothers now by if the brother put on Christ. There's certain brothers like Elder Priest Sabak that I respect highly because I've seen him several times personally put on Christ. It don't matter if they attack us. You know what I'm saying? You ain't coming against us in the first place. You coming against the Most High.
That's right.
Because what we to say against any of the children of Israel, then not a dog move his tongue. You think because you're an Israelite, you excluded?
Come on. You even hold more responsibility.
Exactly.
That's right.
So we have to bro. We can't just say, I've been in the truth 8 years, like that means something. You've been dead for 30, 40 years.
Come on.
That's right.
Bring it out.
Still a twinkle in the Most High's eyes, man. We don't know nothing. So therefore, the scripture says in Sirach 19:24, he who has small understanding but fear of God is better than him with much wisdom but transgress the law. So it don't matter how many precepts you know. It matters if you putting on the spirit of Christ and forgiving because we in this thing together.
That's facts.
In the moment,
we should be at least. We should be in this thing together.
In Babylon together for sure.
That's right. Facts.
And we all black men, so-called black men, going through the same struggles, trials, and tribulations. So what we're supposed to do is look at this brother and understand, brother, I understand what you're going through. Me and a couple brothers was dialoguing this whole time before we got here. And I was going through some stuff. I was going through some stuff. I understand that. I understand that. We all going through the same stuff. But instead of sympathizing and having mercy for each other, we want to chop each other heads off.
Yeah, man. That's right. Yep. And that's why I was bringing out earlier about your business, man, and how we should, how me and the family just love the food and your humility. We have to think, like you just said, we have to think about each other like that. We have to be able to understand each other's walk. That we're all different walks, but like you said, we're brothers and sisters and in this thing together. And going back to what you were saying about staying in the spirit, putting on the mind of Mashiach, putting on the being yoked with Mashiach.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "My yoke is easy. Learn of me. Learn of me."
Oh.
So when I seen that video a couple weeks ago and I seen them set up right beside them, I was like, well, why would you go and set up right beside? Like, you're asking for trouble. And like you said, that's not staying in the spirit.
Who had on Christ in that situation?
Right. Exactly. Who had on Christ in that situation?
You know what, man? I don't know who was there first. I don't know which one of those was there first, but somebody came with a bad spirit to begin with. Somebody came with a bad spirit. Now, I have never been a part of a camp since I've been in this truth, and the reason why is because of things like that, right? Look, I've learned that with man, at some point, man is always going to have his own motive behind things, right? And so I look at so let me put this out here first too. I'm not doing any camp bashing whatsoever because all of these camps hold a purpose. Every last one of them hold a purpose because when you come into this truth, you're going to need something to be able to learn from, right? And so, and even though my name was not a part of any camp, I sat up under the teachings of one of these elders for a long time. You know what I'm saying? When I came into this truth. But as I sat up under the teachings of this elder, I'm a grown man that got some street wisdom. You see stuff. You dig what I'm saying? And so as I'm watching him and how he moved, there was certain things about the brother that I just wasn't digging. One is, out of two of the bigger camps, I was noticing how they like young cats and women to work with. Why? Because they scared of grown men. They scared of grown men that got any kind of ability to think for themselves. I notice these types of things. I pay attention to these types of things. You dig what I'm saying? And so you got these two camps. Nehemiyah, you said something in your lesson because you was talking about this as well. I got a big old fly flying around here, man. That thing driving me crazy. You said something in your lesson, brother. You said that it should have been a joint lesson if you was there, and that's right. And this is something that I said about two of the bigger elders that we know, which is Elder Nathaniel and Elder Ricard. I said, why these brothers don't have each other on speed dial? Why is it that you over here in your camp talking about this camp and look, and we all here, we trying to get to the exact same kingdom. It ain't gonna be no GOCC kingdom and no IUIC kingdom and no House of Israel kingdom. It's not gonna be that. We trying to get to the same place. Why we can't have the same message? Why we can't? You see what I'm saying? Like it just blows my mind. Let me read this right here, and then I see you want to say something, Nehemiyah. This is Hebrews chapter 4. The writer of Hebrews said, let us therefore fear lest the promise being left us enter into his rest. Job said something a while ago. He said his yoke is easy. And this here came to my mind. He said, let us enter into his rest. Any of you should seem to come short of, for unto us was the gospel as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. For we which have believed do enter into rest. That brother say stay in the spirit. Stay in the spirit. That's what this here is talking about, man. That brother say put on Christ. What did Paul say in Ephesians? We wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Come on, man. Come on now.
I am not going to allow you to disturb my peace. Right? We got the Messiah as the only example of what we can do to please the Father. He heard him. This is my beloved Son in whom I am well pleased. I want that same testimony. Right. I want to hear the same thing. You are my brother, man.
Yep.
I'm not coming out, and we already know that this construct is about to come down on Hebrew. Anybody that say that they Hebrew Israelite, they're about to come down on us. Even though we don't think the same, a lot of us don't believe all the same. You got Old Testament Messiahs, you got those that believe in the Messiah, those that don't. But when it all boils down to the nuts and the bolts of the thing, guess what? We all the same.
We all the same. Come on up.
We all the same.
They're gonna look at us all as the black Hebrew Israel.
Come on.
Say it one more again.
One more time.
As the who?
The black
That's his.
Hebrew Israelites.
That's
they don't
exactly.
care if you say you don't have no affiliation with them.
Right.
How could you not?
Right.
If you fighting with them.
Right.
But I love all my brothers. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Facts.
glad it's a bigger platform that I could be on. Like we use the GNT, we use everything, right? Because it makes it simpler for some people. And I like reading this James 3:1 and 2 out of the GNT. And see, when you start getting prideful, you start missing scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And James 3:1 says, "My friends, not many of you should become teachers. As you know, we teachers will be judged with greater strictness than others."
Facts.
It's not no game, man. Who's going to show the people how we should be? If we turn on the program and your class is talking about another brother, and I've been talking about this for a long time now, how are we talking about each other and thinking that it's going to be cool?
Right.
Because the scriptures say, to get into the kingdom, you got to keep the commandments, right?
That's right.
What you bound on earth shall be bound in heaven. If you acting like this now, that means you will act like this in the kingdom, and you can't do that.
That's right. You can't
So
do
verse
it.
2 say all of us often make mistakes. We do. But if a person never make a mistake in what he says, he is perfect and is also able to control his whole being. So people say you can't be perfect. You can be perfect. Shut your dang on mouth.
That's it. Facts.
The moment that you say something about you, if you don't say nothing back, and remember the Lord say, vengeance is mine.
That's right. And stand on that.
And stand on it. That's what faith coming. Do you truly believe? That's why I question if people truly believe, bro. Because I truly believe. Because in the times that I was in my foolishness, the only thing that helped me was the Most High.
That's right.
That's why I'm so committed to Him. Because I know I could have been up the river several times. I was in my foolishness, and I know I was bought for rest. So now coming to this truth, and like you said, I was looking forward. I think everything gonna be cool. Then you get a rude awakening. Oh, it ain't. You sitting with brothers who talking about other brothers. They breaking the commandments left and right. And then people won't think you can't be perfect. You can be perfect if you shut your dang on mouth.
That's right.
Like, I go back and forth because this is my thing.
Right.
The kingdom of the Most High God. You think He gonna have a bunch of niggas running around there, man?
That's right.
Backbiting and murmuring, man.
Right.
Videos on YouTube against each other.
Blow it up.
Let him speak as the if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. So we know that the oracles of God is the laws of the Most High God.
It's the law.
So if we call ourselves teachers of the law, then we should be talking law. We don't need to be making videos against each other going back and forth.
Going back and forth.
That's not going to solve nothing. If you want drama, go to Oxygen, man. Go to BET. Go to the Lifetime channel.
Right. They got it.
It ain't for all this drama. That's why you see brothers may not have a lot of views on their videos, right?
Right.
And brothers, them brothers ain't talking about nothing. But I'm gonna tell you, the realest ones that's talking about this righteousness, they ain't gonna have a lot of videos.
Yeah.
Facts.
Because then they say that path to righteousness is narrow.
Come on,
to walk on it, bro.
Come on,
There ain't gonna be a lot of people on that path. Right? So what the Most High
we gonna run out of bombs.
There's a broad way to lead destruction.
Come on.
Look at this over here. They say they the truth. Right. Look at this over here. They ain't messing with nobody. Here go your fire on the left and your water on the right.
Come on.
That's right.
It's coming back full circle to the Israelites that we want.
That's right.
They making it be live and direct right in your face. Here goes Bible Here go real life. You are the Israelites. Y'all right back at it again. Pharisees.
That's
Right.
So Israelites.
And you know the thing that bothers me. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, I was just
I
saying.
was just saying the thing that bothers me so much. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish up, brother. Yeah.
He was showing what he was speaking about: the fire on the left, water on the right, and that narrow path. That narrow path.
Mhm.
You follow. So you talking noise over here. You talking noise over here. Well, Christ said, "Keep your mouth shut."
Right.
You can go down that path, man. And
That's right.
I know because I did it before.
Right.
Man.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Man. Before I even go, what you got, yo?
Oh man, I second everything Ox said. Everything you guys said. Man, it's cause like you said, and me and Sheer, we talk about this about a lot of just guys that love to talk. They love to do it for the clicks and views, man. They love, and then they see a channel, like you said, Doc, they see a channel that's only got a few views. Oh, they ain't got, we ain't watching them. Them be the fire ones that be having the righteous, balanced teachings. Like you said, Doc, sometimes we just gotta just hush and listen. You can learn something. But a lot of us, like you said, a lot of us coming here, been in the truth 8, 10, 15, 20 years. Now you can't tell them nothing. They know everything. Can't tell them nothing. They know it all. They just go off on their own, and their channel, they talk about drama. Every other video is coming against some other assembly or camp, and then they just get, in a few hours, got 12,000 views because it's about drama. Like you said, if you want that, go to BT. They got all the drama. Go to OWN Network. They got all of it. They'll even pay you to make up some drama. So that's it. I just wanted to add that fact that I reiterate what you guys are saying, what Nehemiah was saying about sometimes you just gotta just hush up. Like you say, shut your dang own mouth and just hush and learn. Listen, be taught. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
In order to build, we have to find unity. And let me tell you, out of every bad situation, there is some good in it as well, because I look at it like this here. You know, when you show yourself, I believe it. Once you done shown yourself, I believe it, right? And I was telling Ayob not long ago, and young Judah could tell you, my son could tell you, bro, no problem with cutting the brother off and sleeping at night. Right? Once you let me know, and I do that in love, though, right? And I mean that. I do that in love, because I still got to protect myself at the same time. Right. The brother keep going back to the Messiah, and we need to look at the Messiah. There is something that we be glossing over. His relationship with Judas Iscariot. He knew Judas from the very beginning.
He knew Judas's character from the very beginning. Not one time did we don't got nowhere words written in scripture that he used to talk to Matthew behind Judas' back about Judas. Right.
James or John. He never did that.
Right.
Every conversation he had with Judas was out of love. All the way up to the last day, he gave Judas an opportunity.
That's powerful.
He gave him an opportunity to make it right with him. And even when he came and kissed him, what did the Messiah call him? Friend.
Come
See?
on, man.
If we say that we are followers of the Messiah, we better learn how to spirit, man. We have got to learn how to stay in the spirit. And the thing that I was going to say, we're going to have to move on. And the thing that I was going to say before I interrupted the deacon was, the thing that bothers me most about this is something that I said, and this is just an opinion of mine, right? And again, I'm not bashing. It's just that me looking at the world and how the world looked. They infiltrated Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam. We know they did. They infiltrated Martin Luther King. They infiltrated the Panther Party. I don't want to call it the Black Panther Party. They infiltrated the Panther Party. Whenever you got this many Negroes in one place as a body, and you don't think that they infiltrated, something is wrong with you.
Right.
I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Check it out.
You got too many Negroes in one place, and you telling me that these folks don't know about these Negroes? They infiltrated, man. I'm saying that they are infiltrated. Now, who's infiltrated? Who's the intel or informant? I don't know, but they are infiltrated. Right. And you cannot have public outbursts like this on the street. And we tell you that, hey, that this shooter over here was planted by the FBI and CIA, you better believe that they got somebody in some of these camps, man, that's gonna make us look raggedy out here in these streets. Yeah. And now when you go and try to talk to your family members about the truth, the first thing they gonna do is say, man, I saw that video. I see how y'all act.
That's exactly.
I see what y'all be doing. Is that how y'all act? And then you got them brothers out there to be, you say, no, look, it's all a setup to keep us away from our power, man. We have got to be wiser than that. We have got to do better than that. Am I my brother's keeper? We should be. We should be, because the only way we gonna make it out of here, Nehemiyah and Ayo, is with each other. Ain't none of us gonna make it up out of here by ourselves.
Come, man. Come. We're gonna have to have.
I don't care how many scriptures you know, how long you been in this truth. It don't matter. You gonna need your brother.
Yep. Facts.
And you breaking the law when you don't take care of your brother. You break, man. What we got next, young Judah? Song break. Yes, we got another Nehemiyah Sword of the Spirit hit. Going to give it to us.
You did.
Indeed.
I'm a soul of the spirit. Here's a nice soul. That's what we living in. It's close, so I keep that heat up close. I talk my rifle like a rifle, rifle crank like a disciple. So the world hated them first, so ain't no way it's gonna like. I'm a sword of the spirit. Here's a light soldier fighting against iniquity. It's one of the most I chosen. Tote that Bible like a rifle, rifle Christ like a disciple. If the world hated them first, then you know it's gonna despise you. Sound like I'm a titan, but I ain't talking mythology. I believe all of our writings. I ain't talking philosophically. I know the Bible real. Hope is written in His prophecy. I told us how it was, how it is, and how it's about to be. You got eyes, but you cannot see. So to you, it's a mystery. How Babylon is falling, and we're just repeating history. Take the strong to lead the weak down here in the belly of the beast. If they leave us hungry too long, then we are bound to eat this beast. I'm a sword of the spirit. Here's a light soldier. That's what we living in. It's cold, so I keep that heat up closer. Took my Bible like a rifle, rock for Christ like a disciple. So the world hated them first, so ain't no way it's gonna like. I'm a sword of the spirit. Here's a light soldier fighting against iniquity. It's one of the most I've chosen. Took that Bible like a rifle, rock for Christ like a disciple. If the world hated them first, then you know it's gonna despise you. I'm military minded, so on the front line you can find me. This war we fighting is not going on, but it can still get grimy. I put my life right on the line for the most I so don't try me. Ain't banging for no neighborhood, no block, or no side. See who will live, let you have it when it comes to our respect. We know that we the saints, and we know that we got next. Surely oppression make a wise man, what you expect. But the police gon' get the picture till we cut off 7 legs. Cause dying is the glory, the kingdom and the power. Our praises to the Most High, because the world is ours. To Him the other nations spill, that's the reason they sour. They had to be confederate against us, cause Esau is a coward. I'm a sword of the spirit. Here's a light soldier. That's what we living in. It's cold, so I keep that heat up closer. Took my Bible like a rifle, rock for Christ like a disciple. So the world hated them first, so ain't no way it's gonna like. I'm a sword of the spirit. Here's a light soldier fighting against iniquity. It's one of the most I've chosen. Took that Bible like a rifle, rock for Christ like a disciple. If the world hated them first, then you know it's gonna despise you.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
That's a
Man, I can't wait to hear this interview, man. I know this interview gonna be lit. I got so much stuff in my head I want to add. I'll say that for the interview, cause man, this music.
right. I'm over here writing stuff down. Yeah, man, we're gonna get it in.
I noticed something before we go to Young Judah's TikTok talk. GNT. What is the GNT? I heard y'all reading from that on your class the other night. What is it? And I like the way it reads. What's the GNT?
Good news translation.
Good news translation.
So even though we understand the KJV as learned men, the GNT break it down in layman's terms. And since we learn men, we know
give you milk.
If it's going up, but we know that it's clear. Right. It's making it more plain for our people to understand. But we only gonna touch it if it lines up with the KJV. You know what I'm saying? So when you get understanding, like I say, when you put on Christ, He's gonna raise your level of understanding. Because I noticed that a lot of brothers that's in camps that don't want to show love to other camps or be standoffish. They don't have that understanding. So don't read that. But they never said don't read the Talmud or the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
So don't read the Book of Joshua. Don't use this version. No, I'm a study to show myself approved. If I'm wrong, I can't get swept to the left or to the right. Right. Mm-hmm. I can filter through it and see what's real and what's not. And with the GNT, the elders start breaking out here. We use everything that's going to prove the point of what the Most High says.
What the Most High saying. Facts. I think I got a good news translation. That's why when you said that, I rose up and looked like that. There, I believe I got me a. I'm gonna have to blow the dust off of it, man. But let's keep this thing moving, Young Judah. What we got for the so on the TikTok talk to let you know how this work, Deacon Nehemiyah. Young Judah come with a TikTok of his choosing. He play it, then he let us know why he chose that particular TikTok, right? And then we'll go around the floor and we'll give our thoughts on it as well if we have any thoughts about it. All right. So here we go. What we got, Young Judah?
All right. In the 60s, he said, hey, man, I think we should have our own state. I don't want to live amongst you motherfuckers. Like, well, why not? You don't want us around. You're segregating everything. But, you know, we don't want to be around you, so you can call us niggas, and we're tired of white cops shooting us. We're tired of this pissing contest that these white cops have because they're afraid of black for some fucking reason, because most of this shit is black envy. We're tired of that shit. So what about this? Why don't we just give us what you owe us, and we can go on and do our own shit? But no, they don't want that. White folks especially hate autonomous black happiness. They do not like when we are by ourselves doing our own shit. They cannot stand that shit. They don't even like us in a group. Like in Chicago, there used to be a thing, if you were 5 or more black guys on the corner, the police break it up. It's called mob action. It's like, what's going on here? If you're at work and you're a black employee and you're talking to another black employee, the white boss go, hey, what's going on over there?
Yeah, mob action. I was trying to remember that term. I like that.
Mob action. Yep. So, this simply put is just, this is everyday America that we deal with. Especially, black envy is just another term for white privilege. That's literally what it is. It's they hate us because they ain't us. They hate us because they ain't us. Y'all have any thoughts?
Go ahead.
We're gonna let the guests lead off.
I start off with Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against me, right? I'm just going to cut to the chase and jump to verse 5. So Mount Seir is Esau, Edom, the nation of Edom, the border of wickedness. And the Most High said, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. And what I want out of there is a perpetual hatred. They are programmed since the day that Esau came out of the womb to hate us.
Yes.
They have a perpetual hatred against us. A more modern day term will be called white fragility.
That's right.
So if a lot of people ever wanted to know how come these white people keep hating us and we ain't did nothing, we fought in their wars, World War I, World War II, we fought in Korean War, the Vietnam War. Why do they still hate us? We go to school, we play their sports, we act like them. Why do they still hate us? Because they embedded in their DNA by the Most High God Himself. They have a perpetual hatred against the children of Israel. They can work with everybody else on the planet against the children of Israel. So the Most High put that thing on them. They're the vessels fitted for destruction for a reason. They the belt of the Most High for us. So as long as we get out of line with the Most High, He's going to use them to chastise us. But check this out. The flip side of it is, if you don't get out of line with them, they can't do nothing to. See, that's the part of people know. Judith 5 and 20. They know Judith 5 and 20. We need to know Judith 5 and 20 because that'll help our people understand why these people do what they do. Because if they don't keep reminding themselves, I call it low self-esteem is what I call it. So you got to keep trying to boost yourself up to have that white pride to try to smash us down because you know the Most High made us better. They got to keep doing these things. If you just trying because you got low self-esteem, you want to keep trying to make somebody feel bad, think they look bad, all this stuff. And at the same time, let's keep them in sin, like Deuteronomy 20 say, and we can continually rule over them. And we don't never want them to remember that they ruled over us. We can never let them remember that they had us in the caves of the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. We can't never let them remember how David put Edom in slavery. We can't let them remember how they didn't even know how to wash their ass. I'm telling you. When we showed them how to wash up. Yep. Now,
you good? Yeah, you at home. You at home on your couch. Like you good?
You gotta. Now we gotta be savages and slaves and niggers and savages and Indians and all this different bywords. But isn't that what the Most High promised us if we hated each other? Right. They doing what they supposed to do.
That's right.
Israel is the only ones not doing what
they supposed to do.
How you?
Facts. Yeah, go ahead, Shir. Go ahead, man.
That's why I'm team that TikTok right there. I'm not team Martin whatsoever. Martin wanted to bring us together. The Ike brought it out in Deuteronomy 32. Then we precepted with Sirach chapter 17. We are different. They have spent eons and time and money and energy trying to convince us, and it worked, to convince us that we all the same. Look, I saw a house cat get pulverized by a mountain lion on a TikTok my wife showed me. They both cats, right?
They both cats.
And what the house cat ever think to himself that he was the same as that mountain lion? You see what I'm saying?
He found out quick.
He found out quick that he was not the same. We both felines, right? Nah, yeah, we both feel, but we are not the same. They know we are not the same. Look here, man. We know, according to scripture, that the Most High belong to us. We know, according to scripture, that this book is ours. A Quran has never been confused with being everybody's book. But for some reason, this book has been confused as being everybody's book. We talked about this not long ago, Ayo. This is Genesis chapter 1. Is it chapter 1? Let me see. No, chapter 2. I'm sorry. Where is it at? Yeah, no, chapter 1. I'm sorry. Chapter 1, verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. He created man in his own image. That perpetual hatred that Deacon Nehemiyah was talking about is them looking at us knowing that we are man. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they hate us, man. Just like young Judas said, they hate us because they hate us. Look, they body of work proves that they not man. Again, we ain't got to go through the DNA makeup or them, how they made up and how we made up and how the Most High created us right. Look, the very things that they do. Look, these jokers here would take a black man, and if you didn't see it, go look at it on the Saya TV. Lest we forget, one of the stories, I can't remember the guy's name, but it was in Waco, Texas. They got him, and they hung him on a tree, kind of with a pulley, and they lit a fire at the bottom of the tree, right? Now tell me what man would do this, bro. For 2 hours straight, they would lower him to the fire and burn him and raise him. Burn him and raise him. Burn him and raise him. And when they finish with him, they use them for a target. It's what they got. Then they send postcards around what it is that they did to their friends and family with them in a picture of it. This Bible said that he created man in his image. That's us. They hate us because when they look at us, they see the power of the Most High in us. And they have spent everything that they could do to degrade us and to get us removed from what it is that he has created us in, man.
That's it. That's it. They know
That's what they have done.
That's what, yep.
So now, they gonna treat us the lords of the lords. The brother says something that he gonna continue to use them for our punishment until we get it right. I agree with you 100%. But when you go to the book of Enoch tell you that them jokers went overboard, and he gonna punish them for the overboardness that they have.
Facts.
That they have went overboard. Go ahead, Ayo.
Oh yeah, man. I have heard both of you soliloquies, and it's a big con. Want to read something real quick, and I like Godfrey as a comedian, but a lot of times, just like everybody know Dave Chappelle for his jokes. A lot of times these comedians, Cat Williams, they start to drop gems and jewels and dimes.
Con.
Do.
You know what I'm saying? And people are actually starting to listen. But here's the thing, like to land back on what you guys are saying. Deuteronomy 14:2. But thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar nation, people unto himself, what? Above all the nations that are upon the earth.
That's right.
Like Godfrey was saying, that's why Andrew Jackson vetoed the Reconstruction. Because he said if we let these Negroes get Savannah, Georgia, North Carolina, all the way down to the coast of Florida, in 10 years, they're going to have an empire. We know they're different. We done seen them in we can't, Andrew Jack, they say we can't be in the sun an hour and a half unless we'll start getting sick. We done seen these jokers from sun up to sun down, be in the sun all day, skin absorbing. How are these people able to?
And then go home and make babies. We can't even work them today. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that TikTok talk is on point with tonight's tonight's show, because it goes into the fact we want to be a part of everything, but the Most High keep allowing us. Nope, you need to be separate. Nope, you need to be separate. Nope, you need to be separate.
Facts.
We wanted to get on the same plane to go see the graves. He say, nope, you want to be separate. Even to this day, nope, you need to be separate, because you're what? You're above. You're above all the nations.
That's right.
Like I saw Oxford saying, like the brother say, I didn't write that.
I didn't write it.
Don't shoot this. Don't get me.
I did not write this.
I didn't write
it.
Exactly. That Esau and Jacob were two different manner of people.
Nations.
Where else do in the Bible do it say something like that? They don't. You got two people, same mother and father. The Lord telling you, even though they coming up the same womb, you gotta come to the matrix.
Right.
Two different manner of people.
Different. It say two manner of people shall be separated from thy vow.
That's right.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other. The elder shall serve the younger.
Come on.
Two different nations.
Younger.
Separated.
And look, when they lied and said they went to the moon, right? I don't believe that.
No, they ain't
at all.
They go to the moon.
No, they ain't been to no moon.
They said, they told you what they were. They said, one small step for man, one giant step for who?
Mankind.
Come on.
What they are.
They
They are
right.
the kind of man. Bro, they
That's
are
right.
literally, you have never seen a black caveman.
That's right.
never.
They are the Neanderthal
right.
on the Neanderthal Valley. That's right there in the region of the Caucasus Mountains.
That's right.
They call themselves Caucasian.
That's
They
right.
are the kind of man, and in their history, they tried to phase out the caveman, but they are the caveman.
They
That's
are
what-
the cavemen.
Set razors and they want to say their beards and wax and all that different stuff because they trying to push away from that.
Right.
But that's what they are, a kind
right.
of man. They want to
Facts.
say we came from monkeys. No, you came from monkeys.
That's why. Wait, we got. But hey, if you don't believe me, go Google it for yourself. You have never seen a black individual with a tail. Go check it out. They got tails like monkeys, man. Hey, don't be mad at me. Let's go to this last song break. Well, go ahead, Nehemiyah. What you got, brother? Real quick.
Google RH Reese's monkey gene.
That's it. Google that. It'll blow your mind.
Let's get that last song break so we can get out of here.
Man, things ain't the same as they used to be. Ain't the same, yeah. It is. Then there's a higher inflation. People are meaner. World is colder. Man, world ain't the same as it used to be. Man, it ain't the same no more. It ain't the same. Like the days of old. Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, and Egypt all rolled at one. But let's get it. The world ain't the same as it was before. Can't even tell the difference between a woman and a hoe. The gay shoes hide the dirty deeds in the closet, but not the pedophiles trying to sneak through the door. This world is filled with abomination. The usual craft to deceive the nation. The television program broadcasting lies to the people live on every station. It's indicating, demonstrating all the iniquities of disinformation. But be not deceived when you see the masses. Just another form of assimilation. The path is narrow, but that leads to life. The sanctifying that they believe in Christ. But that's what I call a real God and light. Those imitation Jews ain't doing it right. Did the left hand side, we the two of the lights. About the will is what we truly like. And Yah trust, he knew me despite my sins and flaws, still doing the light. I was blind once, but now I can see. But God shine his holy light on me. He gave me commands and showed the path for the obedience is the ultimate key. Cause I am myself in the most. I am representing for everything he stand for. I gotta do what I gotta do for my people. Get everybody my kinfolk. I am a servant of the most high. I ain't gonna play with none of you guys. I lose my chance getting to the kingdom and salvation. Man, the devil was a lie. It ain't the same as it used to be. No. It ain't the same. No. This world is so cold, so gone. I give all praises to Yahweh. We got next, the world is ours. If you a child of the Most High, then say Kwame Yasharala. You in the belly of the beast and the Israelites out here putting in work. We can't be friends if you don't love your own. Know how that can work. I went from selling modest and packs of hurt, pounds of green and doing dirt. But when I found this stupid, ain't no way I can go back to the church. The synagogue of Satan, man, the broad way to hell. Telling you to come as you are. They might as well take you to as you will. Plus the choir director said it, and the first lady too messy. The sermon that the pastor gave really didn't impress me. When I left, I didn't feel blessed. I came out lighter than I came. But that money went in the basket like an NBA game. The bishop caught the Holy Ghost. He can start singing another song. Sister Carrie fell to the ground. The usher start speaking in tongues. Then they brought her the white sheet. I didn't know what was going on. When they wouldn't let her see, that's when I knew something was wrong. That's the same as it used to be. No, it ain't the same. No. This world is so cold, so gone. No, yeah. It ain't the same as it used to be. No, it ain't the same. No. This world is so cold, so gone. No, yeah. Same as it used to be. No, it ain't the same. No. This world is so cold, so
Man, that sound like that straight out of Swisher House.
Boy, listen, I'm telling you, boy, he got my deep tongue in that. Boy,
with them keys.
Hey, I to sing that for me. That's what I need.
I got you.
That's what I need right there.
Man,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hot joint right there, man. That's a hot
Yeah,
joint.
man. My
country rap tune, baby. Hebrew country rap tune.
Yes, sir.
Young Judah said, man, he said, what did you say, Young Judah? You said that make you want to do what?
Oh man, we want to drive in the middle of the street in a lowrider.
Yeah. I tell you, music like that make me do 20 in a 45. You know what I'm saying? That's what my wife be like, why you driving so slow? Hey, I'm in my own little lane right now, baby.
Everybody else can go around.
Everybody be rolling around. Exactly. My elbow be hanging out the window. Hey, I be cool.
They riding fast and looking at you like this. You just have to do like this.
Exactly.
Turn it up.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
We from back in the day, man. We got a flavor on that.
Yes,
you already know it. You already know it. Let's get this other topic out, man. This has been great. This has really been great, and I already knew what was going on. I can't thank you enough, brother. You gonna get a shirt too in the mail too. So be looking for that, man. You gonna get you a Truth Be Told Flex podcast shirt in the mail, brother. Yeah, join us on the show. Correct family structure is under attack. This is something that I'm big on. I'm huge on this. We look at this homosexual movement that they got today, and we got to understand that it's bigger than what we're looking at. It's much bigger than what we're looking at. This is a direct attack on the black male. I don't care what nobody say. I came up in the 90s, man. I'm a 90s baby. And I want to tell you that the majority of these millennials that's up now, they wouldn't have been able to survive when we came up. When we came up, they wouldn't have been able to survive because they had a different agenda for us. The agenda that they had for us back then was we was hard, we was gangster. That's why we had shows like Jesus Lyrics and what is it with O-Dog on it. What's the name of it?
Menace to Society.
Yeah, Menace to Society. We had, the Boys in the Hood. And then that's when gangster rap started kicking in real hard, right? And so everything is, so that's when people start choosing sides. You're going to be left or you're going to be right, meaning blue or red, right? And then up north, they had theirs as well, right? And so everybody, you know what I'm saying? We had that generation. It's the same agenda, just a different move because with our generation, I can't tell you how many partners I done buried. And I can't tell you how many partners that's still locked up from the 90s. So their agenda worked. Their agenda is working now.
Yeah, working.
With these homosexuals that's out here. It's working now. It's a new birth control pill, and it's also destroying correct family structure. No other nation deal with what we deal with when it comes to family structure. What do the scriptures say, Ayob? You always say it. If you want to take hold of the house, what do you got to do? What scripture say?
Bind the strong man.
Bind the strong man.
The strong man.
Once you bind the strong man, you can do whatever you want to do to the women in the church.
That's it.
You got a bunch of grown in age boys running around here that's looking like you and I. That don't know nothing about being a man. Correct family structure. Got kids thrown out all over the place that they ain't taken care of. And now you got women talking about they don't need a man. Don't need a... You know why? It goes back to everything that we was talking about earlier. They're afraid of us, man.
Afraid.
This goes all the way back to buck breaking. This brother got the Willie Lynch book. You break the biggest, baddest Negro in front of all the slaves, that mama gonna grab her son and cuddle him and say, this is how you not act. And now everybody looking at the brother in a different manner right now.
Yep.
We got to get back to being men.
Yep.
We got to get back to being teachers. We got to get back to being leaders. We got to being priests of our households, man. Correct family structure is under attack. And they glorifying this. And they using the black community to be the forefront to spirit on. What y'all got, bro? Y'all got some scriptures. No, you
Go
do.
ahead, Deacon.
I got on 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ. This is Brother Paul. I praise you, brother, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. This is Brother Paul telling brothers to keep these laws, statutes, commandments as he delivered them to them. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Facts.
And the head of the woman is the man. No, it didn't say equal to.
Right.
It said the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Christ is God. So where in the Christian church is they following it? They used to follow that. But they say the head of the woman is the man. See, but the problem is the men don't want to leave.
That's right.
I don't want to argue with my woman about God's law. I'd rather take it easy and keep it smooth. But Romans 3:31 says, we make void the law through faith. God forbid. We establish the law. We bring forth order as the men of the Lord. It don't matter if we got to argue. It don't matter if we got to fight. We have to establish God's law to get this thing back corrected. Or else women lead these children, and children are their oppressors. That's what we're dealing with right now. Because of Christianity, they think because you are in the grace that you don't have to keep the law. That's because they moved the man. Who took you to church? My grandmother took me to church. Not my granddaddy.
Right.
But who was supposed to be the man of the Lord?
Right.
Us.
Right.
So now it's time for us to take back that mantle and take our children and teach them these laws of God. Take our women and teach them these laws of God. Whether they hear it, whether they compare, we still have to do it. And when the men stand up, everybody else has to follow. That's what happened. That's what happened with every brother that I know. Because when we was little boys, we played little boy games.
That's right.
So what's gonna follow behind that? Little boy stuff. You stay in the woman's house, she gonna rule over you. She paying all the bills, she gonna rule over you. But that wasn't so from the beginning. Adam had his own house, and the Lord gave him his woman, and he moved in with him. See, we gotta follow the Bible.
Right.
We can't let the white man say, let's give the women Hannah, food stamps, housing, kick the man out the house, and then they don't listen.
Right.
They don't listen. The moment you start getting on their nerves, because why? They know they got a roof over their head, they know they got food, they know they can get a new child support check. So that means what? I don't have to work. I don't have to listen to you. I can be independent. Then I get a job. They're going to pay me more than you.
Come on.
And there goes, it's a new thing in the earth where a woman finds a man.
Come on.
This is the time that we live in. And see, we think that we have to, well, you know, my girl, man, she want to wear what she want to wear.
Right.
Make more money than me. I don't give a damn if you make more money than me. I'm a man of the Lord.
That's right.
Right.
And
Right.
as long as you're eating as such, then you have to follow.
That's right.
And if you don't want to, then you follow Esau then.
That's right.
Because we have to do what the Most High told us to do. I'm tired of being at the bottom, bro.
What?
I'm tired of being the tail and somebody else's head. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of it because they say, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Realize the situation that we really in, that we don't have our own homeland. We don't have a military, a financial system. We don't run nothing. Then why is we taking time fighting each other? Because like you said, we gotta bind up the strong man. But goddamn, excuse my French, if the strong man is busy occupying fighting his own damn brother.
Come on, bro. Bring it out.
Then the scriptures say in Mark 3:25, and if a house be divided against itself,
how can it stand?
That house cannot stand, brothers. So we out here supposed to be teaching for the same thing. The only thing, and I'm glad I'm on this platform so I can say this, because I think in ways that other people, I don't hear people say some of the stuff I say. And I'm going to say this out loud. That the only way you can't make it into the kingdom of God if you get entangled with another Israelite throne.
Come on, Rob.
That's what's going to keep, because if you got to break the law, right? Who you going to break it with? With your own damn brother.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, I'm not going to waste no time getting into it with none of my brothers. I don't care how you feel about me, because I'm trying to make it into the kingdom now. I don't give a damn what Esau talking about. I don't give a damn what Moab talking about. What you talking about. What you talking about if you're going against the Most High God.
Right.
I'm not entertaining it, man. That's how we be men of the Lord. We don't entertain this noise that they keep putting in our ear. We don't entertain when, oh, you know this brother said something about you. I don't give a damn. He didn't come say it to me.
Right. Right.
We got to stay in the spirit. And when those spirits start attacking us like that, and the flesh want to bite on that, don't bite on that.
Don't bite. Don't bite.
Because if you're thinking about the nation, now I ain't just thinking about the swords of the spirit. I ain't just thinking about Dallas. I'm thinking about the nation.
Come on.
Because Christ died to bring the nation back together, man.
Come on.
He didn't die so we could keep being divided, keep really lynching each other.
Right.
He died so that he could bring the nation back together. So if you're going to be a man of the Lord, then do that. But if you divide, the Lord say, mark that man that caused division.
That's right. Did he not? Mark him. Mark him. That's what, and that go back to what I was saying. I cut a brother off and sleep good at night. Mark him. Go ahead, brother.
Can I bring out this last one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to bring this out.
Come on.
I'm going to shout out to Deacon Asaph for IUIC because he brought this out.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 1. And it says, instead of a friend, become not my enemy.
That's right.
That's right.
We may not be best friends. We may not see eye to eye, but damn, bro, don't become my enemy.
That's right.
Right.
That's the least that we can do. Don't let the nigga spirit get on you, brother, against your own brother.
Right.
We may not do a unity camp together, but damn, brother, don't become my enemy.
Don't become
right.
Right.
You do not want to be an enemy of nobody in Israel, because you know what? The same reason I don't want to go out to the streets and fight my people. It's no reward in that.
None.
You're not going to win any award for getting into it with another Israelite.
That's right. That's right.
You don't receive, it say, for here thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name. Shame.
That's what it say. Shame and reproach.
Even so shall a sinner that has a double tongue. So he comparing you to a sinner with a double tongue. You want to get your own damn
That's
problem.
right. That's
and
right.
it ended on this, my brothers. Last one. You know, Israelite.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
This is what's baffling.
Hey, Mr. Man.
Right.
This is what's baffling to me. How this side say, I'm for the Most High God in Christ. This side say, Hamashiach Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah.
Come on.
But the scriptures say, 1 John chapter 4, verse 20, say, if a man say, I love the Most High God and hated his brother, he's a god dang liar.
He's a liar.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen, I'm standing right here with you.
Right there with you.
Right there with you.
And I hate you. You say, how can he love God whom he has not seen? Man, quit playing with me, man.
That's right.
These
That's right.
say what they say. I don't give a damn who you think you are, how long you've been in the truth. You can't go against scripture. Verse 21, and this is the commandment that have been from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also. I didn't see love. I love all of them, brothers. I done had encounters with both sets, and they wasn't the most pleasant. Like, they ain't do nothing to me, but when I go around certain brews, they got Spirit of Christ on. It's love, love, love.
Right.
So around these certain brews, they stand off. That's fine. Just don't become my enemy. Don't treat me as a
Right.
And don't say you love the Most High God if you hate an Israelite, man.
Come on.
That's right.
Like
Facts.
Powerful.
Facts.
That's powerful, bro.
There's another one. There's another verse in that Sirach 6 that you had, man. And I just want to read it, and I want to go ahead and pass it to Ayo. But that's be in peace with many. Nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000, man. Be at peace with many. Look, man. They go back to what that brother was talking about when he say, hey, just keep your mouth closed. Stay in the spirit. Just stay in the spirit. Go ahead, Ayo.
Oh man, beautiful, powerful, beautifully put, Deacon and Sheer, man. So like we were saying before, the family structure is under attack. So, you know, every time I turn on the TV, when we do look at TV, every commercial, when you see us, what's the commercial where the brothers with the long beard, they holding hands, walking on the beach with the dog, Perceiver ready, Jardiance medicine, all of them commercials is two brothers holding hands with a dog every time.
Every time.
So, like you're saying, if we say we love Yahushua, Yahusha, Mashiach, Yahuwah, Yahweh, and we've never seen them but hate our brother, y'all, we already fighting against the world. Every time you see us on TV, they are feminizing us. And then the ones that's supposed to be in line with the Most High, the Father, the Son, and letting the Ruach move amongst us to come together to combat that, we fighting each other.
That's right.
And like you said, okay, standoffish, that's fine. Just don't become my enemy. We got work to do.
Enemy. That's right.
There's people that's waking up into the truth daily. I got 22 and 23-year-olds that's, you know, daughters that's in this truth. So we got young women and men their age coming into this thing, and we have to set the example. And once you bind the strong man, the whole house can be pillaged, the entire home. So we have to stay strong, my brothers. Every man on this panel tonight. When I first met Nehemiyah down in the dripping sip, that, like I keep saying, that humble. I saw the ruach of Christ. I saw it. I felt it. I sensed it. It wasn't just a feeling. It just, you know, feelings come and go. But when you sense this same ruach he has, the humble ruach he has tonight. So that's what we got to recognize. We got to recognize that each other. We got to see that. And when we do that and being that example, man, these brothers get phone calls about acting to play a role on a commercial. They'll be like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Man, that's facts.
Right. They'll start hanging up that phone, say, no, I don't care how much you pay. Give me a straight role.
It's equivalent to Ayo always calling your child a dummy or stupid. Right. And at some point they're gonna believe that they are dumb or stupid. And this is the reason why commercial is us, because the more we see us, the more our people believing that, hey, that is us. They pushing that agenda. These agendas have nothing to do with these Gentile nations. We have got to understand that. It's all directed towards us. These fiery darts are towards us, man. And they done made even the Negroes that's not homosexual sensitive. How you gonna be the head of a household and you sensitive and you moving off the emotions? You not moving off of principles. You don't even have no principles, right? Everything that come up, you acting more like a woman than your woman is. Women are not afraid of real men.
Right.
Don't let this world fool you. They want real men. My wife has always made more money than Marcus. Okay, I just gave you out my government name. But you know the one thing that I've always been in this household?
What's that?
I always been the man.
Come on.
I always been the man. I always led. She always followed. Why? Because I'm strong. And she recognized that and she respect that. Right?
Yep.
And you got these kids out here. The brother was talking about it the other night. You got boys that don't know how to be men. I didn't have a father to teach me how to be a man. Well, I learned everything on the fly. How to be a husband to my wife, how to be a father to my kids. But the one thing that I knew I wanted was I did not want a broken home, right?
Right.
I said all of that, and I meant to read the scripture before that. This is out of Sirach 26. It says, of a woman came the beginning of sin. The brother read a precept to this the other night in Corinthians. Paul was talking that Adam was not deceived. Women don't like stuff like this, sir, and I'm sorry, but I didn't write it, ladies. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. If she go not as thou wouldst have her, cut her off from thy flesh, give her a bill of divorce, and let her go. That's principles.
That's facts.
Can I say that they did it again in the Willie Lynch?
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it again now. This scripture stands true to this day.
To this day.
Facts.
Facts. To this
They
day.
stand true because I said 3 and 12 say, as for my children, as for my people, children are their oppressors and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. They listening to the serpent.
Listen to, come on.
That's right.
Come on. Listen to the serpent.
right.
Come on. That's right.
So what you
My
brought
kids
out,
last night listening to your lesson. I just want to say this one thing and you finish. I told my kids, listen to your serpent. If you let the man rule, everybody else will lead. Adam was the first weak man.
Mm-hmm.
Adam looked at Eve and he could not see his life without Eve. Adam was not deceived. Adam knew what he was doing, man. And that's a man not moving on principles. That's a man that is moving off emotions. And we have got to stop moving off emotions. Look, it's getting hot out here. The name of the show is All Unraveling. So when it unravel, who the women and the church are gonna look to?
Woo! Come on, bring it out. The strong man. Mark 3:27. It don't say it an emotional man.
Right.
It don't say a weak man. Mashiach was talking about a strong man.
The church are gonna look.
here, you down in
We
Houston,
have gotten this here confused with strength.
Yeah.
That's that we show this here. This is strength. Nah, you know what strength is? Like the ox said earlier, keep your daggone mouth closed. Know when to speak, know when not to speak.
That's it. That's it.
Right? Know when to speak and know when not to speak. We got to move on, man. We got one more segment and then we'll be out of here. Nehemiyah, say, man, this been great. This been great. So we are up on what is called the buy sell, right? And so with the buy sell, Deacon Nehemiyah, a video is going to play. When you come back, you either tell why you either buy it. If you buy it, you agree with it. If you sell it, you disagree with it, and you give your reason as to why you buying it or selling it. We're gonna try to run through this with her a little quick. Not that you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not rushing you whatsoever, but yeah, we on the time period, so yeah, we gonna get what we got to get. Hey man, I appreciate you. But do your thing. What we got, young Jew?
Miles. So for instance, it was a scientist that got killed. He got killed. Look this up. He went to the bottom of the ocean and he went so far that he hit a part. He went in the ocean and found a lake in the ocean, a lake.
One of the most amazing things that I had ever seen in the bottom of the ocean. It was while filming for Blue Planet. It was in the Gulf of Mexico. And inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute. I'm already underwater. We went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off, and as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shoreline. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it.
And you
Buy sell. Who want to go first? Buy sell. That there was a whole lake under the sea. Buy sell.
I buy it.
You buy it?
I buy it because I have seen other things on this amazing earth that the Most High made has shocked me. And this is the thing: the Most High, he cold. He used he used mankind to go search. And he put that adventure gene in them to where they willing to risk their life.
Risk their life.
They would know nothing about a whole lot. The Lord ain't look at that. And this he blew all covered. That's how I know he ain't with the moon.
Right.
It's a thing, right? We gotta keep going to the as far as down in the ocean he can go, as high as to the mountains.
Right.
He can go. He's jumping out of the plane.
Right.
If this mankind went to the moon, he'll be back, right? So this is my theory. They love to use theories, right? This is my theory.
Right.
The Most High put that in them so we can find out stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if he ever run out of stuff to search for, they gonna go ahead and blow the planet up. Because they gotta keep lying about Mars. Because they know they running out of stuff.
They're running out of stuff.
So I buy it because I know this creature goes up the bottoms of animals into burrows with animals. We have seen ant life because of them. They patient enough to stay there with the camera. The bird. This preacher is willing to go in the ocean until he finds something like this.
Right. You buying it? What you buying to sell it, young Judah?
I'm a buy it because I'm with Brother Nehemiyah on this. Them folks is always looking for something, and they're gonna be the ones to find it, and we shall continue to let them be the ones to go looking for it, because it won't be me.
Facts. What you got, yo?
To land back off that, I buy it, first of all. And to land back over my grandfather, my papa used to say back in the day, he said, I know they ain't been to the moon. They gonna find out one day they gonna go up there and something gonna beat the brakes off of them. So I know they He didn't say brakes. I kept it PG. He didn't say brakes. But that's how I know they ain't been to the moon. He said they gonna come back, something's gonna be brakes off of them. But I buy it, and it shows, like Brother Deacon Nehemiyah said, it shows the glory of the Most High. Because he's still creating to this day. To this day, he is still creating. I know when they went down in that water and saw water in water, boy, they probably thought they was in Bikini Bottom. Because I don't always watch SpongeBob. Listen, I'm still trying to figure out how SpongeBob, how they ain't drinking all that water, eating cereal now.
Right.
So I buy it, and I big con with Young Judah and
Nehemiyah.
That the Most High is still creating. It shows His glory. It shows how He can use anybody He want, and He's using them. He said, "Okay, y'all got that ruach of adventure, put it on y'all. Have it.
Thanks.
Have it. I
also want to ask.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ayub. You can finish.
No, I'm finished. I'm done. Go ahead.
All right. I just wanted to add, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the Most High separated the waters from the earth, correct?
Right.
So wouldn't that when he separates things in the word is for a reason, and it's because it's two different things. So that's the reason why we find all these things in the ocean and have no idea why they exist, why they're there, because these are two different worlds. These are two different places.
Facts.
And on top of that, that's not our domain. So the stuff that's in there that has these unknown purposes, we're not supposed to know that because we're not even supposed to be in there.
Right.
So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, big con.
I buy it as well. And this is how I know that we are brothers. I bet you even the people in the chat was talking about the same thing that we talking about. This is how I know we brothers and sisters, because I tell my family all the time, boy, if it weren't for white people, we wouldn't know nothing. National Geographic and the planet Earth and all of that stuff there, man, say, boy, they gonna go. I'm tripping on this video, man. I don't know if y'all caught it or not. The brother said he came down and saw the lake in the ocean, and they tried to take the submarine even lower in. I said to myself, what kind of fool are you?
Well, you gotta
Who does that? Who willingly does that?
Salaki.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
Look, the same way the Most High wouldn't. They tried, and He wouldn't even let them be able to go down there.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
You tried, but He won't let you, man.
He won't even let you.
There's celestial things up there. We're terrestrial.
Right.
Exactly.
Man.
They gonna still try, man, but I buy it, and I got a scripture too to support this here with the Most High, right? Let's pull up this 2 Ezra chapter 4, verses 1 through 6. Let's look at how marvelous our power is, man. 2 Ezra chapter 4, verse 1 through 6. This is, man, Ezra's is one of my favorite books, man.
Yes, sir.
He said, and the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer and said, thy heart is gone too far in this word, and thinkest thou comprehend the way of the Most High? Then I said, yeah, my Lord. Did y'all get that? Ezra said, yeah, I think I understand it.
Yeah, my Lord.
Yeah, right. He said, yeah, I think I understand it right. And he answered me and said, I am sent to show thee 3 ways and set forth 3 similitudes before thee, whereof if thou canst declare me one, I will show thee also the way that thou desirest to see, and I shall show thee from whence the wicked heart cometh. Verse 5, and I said, tell me, my Lord. Then he said unto me, give thy way, wait me the way of the fire, a measure the blast. Is this the right one? Hold on. Scroll down, young Judah. Did I get the right one? Oh, yeah, I did. I needed more verses. I'm sorry. Okay. He says, give me the way of the blast. Where was I at? Verse 5. Yeah, give me the way of the blast of the wind, or call me again the day of the past. Right? Then answered I and said, what man is able to do that thou shouldest ask such a thing of me? And he said unto me, if I should ask thee how great the dwellings are in the midst of the sea. Check this out. How many springs are in the beginning of the deep? You see that? How many springs are in the beginning of the deep? Or how many springs are above the firmament? Or which are the outgoings of paradise? There are springs not only in the sea, there are springs also in the firmament that is above our head. Now, I got a video of Elon Musk, and we're going to talk about this on the show. This here is a little teaser. I got a video of Elon Musk saying that they trying to crack the firmament, which he didn't have to tell me that. I already knew that that's what he was trying to do.
Right.
But I got him on video saying, we wanted to go out of space, but we realized we couldn't because it was something hard there. We trying to crack the firmament. That's what Elon Musk said out of his own mind. Out of his own mouth. It springs in that sea. And that white boy got down there and seen one of them and tried to go in it. Okay. But as Nehemiyah said, I said, no, I ain't gonna even let you do yourself like that there, man. And he said it rippled up to the shore. So not only did he see a lake down there, he saw a lake shore in the bottom of the sea. This has been an epic show. Swords of the Spirit. Deacon Nehemiyah, man, we appreciate you for joining us, man. I cannot wait to see that interview that you and Ayob is going to have. Before we get out of here, do us a favor and let us know where your music can be found and any other thing that you got on your platforms. Let us know about your social medias, brother.
You can go to Swords of the Spirit Dallas on YouTube. You can go to the playlist. We got all our current music on there. Getting ready to drop another one. As soon as I get a chance to finish mixing, called Another Level. Some of them songs that brothers played is on there. You can go to Instagram. You can go to TikTok, Swords of the Spirit Dallas. Hebrews Pizza and Wings. We're going to be opening back up at the Hebrew Wall Street. Shout out to Sister Pizza. That's going to be June 9th and 11th, 10th and 11th. Shout out to the Saints Upholding the Commandments. Shout out to Truth Be Told podcast. Here in Toyota.
Thank you, brother.
Shout out to Nasia TV.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the soldiers of the Most High that's out here putting in that work. All the daughters of Zion. Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala. Indeed.
Double honors to the elders that's putting on.
Yes.
All praises. And as the brother told us early in the show, learn how to in the spirit. What you got, Ayo? As we get out of here, brother.
Show, brother Deacon Nehemiyah, great to have you on. Can't wait to, we're going to chop it up and get that interview going, man. So y'all keep it locked, man. Keep it locked, man. Y'all heard it. Go support the Force of the Spirit. Go support their music. Go support they on the Saya TV. Support the Hebrew Wall Street that's coming up, where they'll be there performing live and ministering that word of the Most High to you. Great show, man. Epic show. Epic show. It was told y'all he had them AR-15s on y'all tonight.
I know, right? and brother say out one of his bars, he said, hey, you got to bring it up in the interview. The brother said he old school like a Kango. Who that nigga on that? Who that? Yeah, the Django.
Django.
Yeah, who that nigga on that nag? The Django. Give us a round of applause, young Jude, as we get up out of here and take us to the music break.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Great.
This has been great.
I love the show, man.
To next week, family, we'll be back. Brother Nehemiyah, you will be expecting a shirt too. We'll be getting with you within a week or two. All right, then. Shalom, brother.
Yeah.
Take us up out of here, young Judah.
Nehemiah, line of Judah. Swords of the Spirit. Kwame Yasharala.
Ooh, scumbag.
I feel like Nat Turner, this a birth of a nation. We are God's chosen people. That's why all the heathens hate. James chapter 7, verse 18. The saints gon' take the kingdom. It's all hell and king. I feel like Nat Turner, this a birth of a nation. We are God's chosen people. That's why all the heathens hate. James chapter 7, verse 18. The saints gon' take the kingdom. It's all hell and king. It's time to put your trust in the Lord. We ain't got time to waste. They trying to take us out of the spirit, putting demons in our face. The adversary plotting and planning while they laying in their bed. Be cautious when approaching the prophets. We know what's in your head. The spirit be discerning off top. Ain't got to hear you talking. Sense of laughter, look at your gate. I can tell by the way you walk. Your humbleness will give you away. If you was a child of God, your spirit will be witness to the spirit. That's how you know you called. Blessed with the knowledge yourself. The laws of heritage. If you ain't about obedience to God, then use a heritage. I tried to give him a second admonition, but he wasn't listening. It's hard to help somebody like that when you get belligerent. And she gon' hear his voice when you yelling, or if he whispering. The Israelite, no real wisdom, growing straight out of discipline. It's hard to build a unified nation in the land we living in. The Most High raise up all his prophets, ain't talking dividends. I feel like Nat Turner, this a birth of a nation. We are God's chosen people. That's why all the heathens hate.